Hey everyone, and welcome. So, today we're going to count down the top 5 most repairable iPhones from the last few years. This is all based on scores from the experts over at iFixit, so you know it's legit. Let's find out which phones are a dream to fix and which ones, well, not so much. I mean, who hasn't, right? You know that split second where time just slows down and then that horrible gut-wrenching crunch as it hits the concrete? Yeah, we've all been there. And that feeling, that's exactly why this stuff is so important. A phone's repairability score isn't just some techie number. It's the difference between a quick, affordable fix and having to shell out for a whole new device. It really matters.
All right, let's dive right in. Kicking off our countdown at number 5 is
the iPhone 14 Pro Max from back in 2022. It's a fantastic phone, for sure. But how easy is it to actually fix if something goes wrong?
Well, the good news is Apple made it pretty simple to replace the screen and the battery. You know, the two things that fail most often. But the big problem, and the reason it's at the bottom of our list, is the back glass. There's just no good way to replace it. And on top of that, you've got this thing called parts pairing, where Apple's software can sometimes reject a new part, which just makes doing it yourself a whole lot harder.
Okay, moving on up the list. Coming in at number 4, we've got a phone that really shows Apple was starting to pay attention. And it is the iPhone 15 Pro Max from 2023. Just 1 year later, did they fix that biggest problem? Oh yeah, they did. The display and battery are still easy to get to, which is great, but the real game changer here is that the back glass is now easily replaceable. That is a massive step in the right direction. The only real headache that sticks around is the sheer number of different screw types and all the adhesive they use, which can still make a repair a bit of a puzzle. We're at the halfway point, folks, breaking into the top 3. This is where we start seeing some seriously repair-friendly phones. And taking that number 3 spot is the standard iPhone 15, also from 2023. And it's pretty interesting, right? The regular model actually beats out its more expensive Pro sibling. And this slide shows you exactly why. It has this fantastic internal redesign. You can still get in through the front to fix the screen, but now you can also open it from the back to get to almost everything else. That dual access is a huge deal for repair. Of course, our old friend, the messy mix of screws and glues, is still here to make things a little tricky. Okay, here we go. We're down to the final 2, the silver and gold medals of repairability. These are the absolute best of the best. So, who's our runner-up?
grabbing the number 2 spot. It's the brand new iPhone 16 Pro from 2024, the latest and greatest Pro model from Apple.
What's awesome here is that Apple took that great design from the iPhone 15 and just kept it going. You've got amazing access from both the front and the back, which makes pretty much any common repair about as easy as it gets. So what keeps it from the top spot? Well, it's that same old story. Apple's love of using a whole bunch of different screw types and strong glue can still slow you down.
And here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. The number 1 most repairable iPhone of the last 3 years is
taking the crown. It's the 2024 iPhone 16 Pro Max. That's right, the biggest and most powerful iPhone is also the easiest one to fix. How cool is that? And get this, the pros and cons are identical to the smaller iPhone 16 Pro. It has that same fantastic design that lets you get in through the front for screen repairs and through the back for everything else. And that's the key takeaway here. You don't have to compromise. You can get the biggest, best phone and still have the best repairability. So let's just zoom out for a second. When you lay all 5 phones out like this, you see a really clear story emerge. Just look at that column for back glass. It goes from a hard no on the 14 Pro Max to a yes for every single phone after it. Apple is definitely listening and things are getting better. So what's the bottom line here? First off, newer iPhones are, without a doubt, getting easier to fix. And second, that terrible back glass repair is no longer the deal breaker it used to be.
and that's just fantastic news for all of us. It means our phones can last longer, repairs won't break the bank, and hey, it's way better for the planet too.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. As this kind of stuff becomes a bigger part of the conversation, it's worth asking yourself, the next time you're upgrading, are you going to pick a phone that you can actually fix and keep for the long haul? Thanks for joining me.
My Motorola Edge 50 screen was smashed. David here ordered the part and fixed it next day in 1 hour.
Wang, tell us about your recent phone repair.
David was super professional. He fixed my Galaxy Z Flip 4 in an hour. I literally walked in broken and walked out perfectly fixed.
Yeah, highly recommend.
If you have mobile phones issue, you can walk in. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. 2 p.m.